Our research group is called Sustainable Production and Consumption. The insight was, well, you can change production, but actually production is for consumption in the end.
Yes.
And if the producers offer something which the consumers don't take or want, it's not matched. Or if I describe the landscape in Germany, there have been two main drivers, and one is research on ambient assisted living. So that's with regard to elderly people.
Yes.
And there are quite a few living labs on this topic. And the other one is smart homes, which is kind of a little bit more energy driven. Projects, the overall idea was to look at and to develop assistance systems for human behavior. So it was, for example, in the shopping area. In that case, it was an app, or where you can look at the product and you see if this product is aligned with your personal preferences, which are sustainability oriented.
And then in the two other domains?
Or in the domain of the mobility, we worked with elderly people to support the intermodality of their mobility behavior. How much kilometers, how interactive is this, how much calories you use, and of course, and that was one dimension, or the economic or ecological dimension, to see how much CO2 or resources.
Sure.
In the other one, it was using it was in the domain of housing or air window handle, which was the existing technology we've developed further development. And the original function was an alarm system of the window handle, so it has some intelligence in.
Okay.
But we added an assistance system for ventilation. So if it should ventilate, or you should open the window, it gives you a signal, and it also tracks energy performance. Users, to some extent, they tend to have a specific technology already in mind which they want to deliver.
Yes.
We have other living lab projects where we say, okay, we don't take the technology providers in already.
Okay.
We just do the explorative research to better understand the consumer behavior, the needs, the patterns, what people do in connection with other elements. Yeah, we had workshops in that case with representatives from different societal groups, or consumer groups, or trade or retailers, or so many different environmental science, etc. So and there we kind of did a co-creation process. Sustainability means many different things to the people.
Sure.
One emphasizes the regionality of the products they buy.
Yes.
The other one is more into I want eco-label on that.
Yes.
The other one is more fair trade. The other one is allergic to some things and he needs allergies things.
Yes. Yes.
So we integrated all possible elements, doable of course.
Yes.
But the data structures in trade and retailing, they're quite advanced. In the beginning, of course, everybody is into his own domain and says, I want this criteria.
Okay.
But the conclusion from the discussion was, well, we need a solution which suits not only every domain, but also every user.
Yes.
And even though you might decide to put the environmental dimension or criteria low because you're not interested, it has an educational effect. There was, as an overall strategy behind the entire project setup, a road mapping process. We could indicate what are the needs or what could be the contributions from living labs in the society, or for sustainability or for the green economy in that case. The main insight from myself was that
Yes.
integrating user perspectives prevents innovations to fail.